Yeah, we got to do better when it comes to um, how we're handling our children when they reach a certain age, particularly 18 or over. Um, I see it predominantly with my people, that it's just automatically assumed that when you turn 18, you're grown, you're graduated, you gotta move out, you gotta see what the world is like and blah, blah, blah. Um, like I said, I've only really ever heard that conversation from my people. And it's disheartening because it seems that other cultures, every other culture that I've seen, understands the fact that you really are not an adult or grown or mentally capable of taking care of yourself at 18, 19, 20. Um, if I'm not mistaken, um, studies show, and you would have to do your own research, studies show that your mind is not even fully developed until you're 25, 26, somewhere like that. But it's just like, I don't know. I understand that, you know, life is hard, raising children is tough. And we've been through this, we've been through that. And it's like we're ready to get over the hump. You know, a lot of people may have other children. But what you guys are not understanding is that every time a child goes out before they're ready, you're setting your legacy, your lineage back another generation every single time. So for instance, my mother had the right concept. When I was 18, I ended up actually when I was 17, I had my first son. 18, I moved out. Um, Looking back now, I know that I was kind of, I allowed myself to be influenced to move out. My mother begged for me to stay. She begged for me to go to college, stay with me and my son. I didn't listen. And I moved out anyway. But I can see now at 38 how much further ahead I would be had I stayed, went to college, graduated, started a career, saved my money. My home life was good. I didn't listen. So fast forward to now that I have my own children. They're better. They're, for some reason, they're wiser than I was. Um, they just are. My son, he's 22. He got right out of high school, went right to barber school with his childhood dream to be a barber, and he became that. So he stays home to this day, which I don't have any problem because I understand what the end goal is. He understands what the end goal is. He's been able to put himself in a position to where y'all disregard the smoke detector battery. If y'all just get the message. But he has been able to put himself in a position better than a lot of adults that I know, twice and two and three times his age, because he's able to work, save his money. I don't charge him any bills. So that, for one, it does a couple of things. His little brother and little sister can see how it's beneficial that we do this. And then also, whenever he does go to move out, instead of, because renting is never a flex. Renting should never be the goal. It's what people who want to jump ahead and do things their way do. Renting is never a flex. I don't care. I don't care. You're never going to own it. So what I'm saying is, by the time my son get ready to move out, he will have enough to, you know, maybe purchase or put down on a duplex, rent one side out, live in the other half, or put down on a home or a condo or something that belongs to him instead of renting to help make somebody else rich. And then he has something to pass down to his children and then their children. And then the cycle goes to that. But the way a lot of us are doing it is going backward. I look at other cultures and it just seems like they work together when it comes to living, households, when it comes to business. They seem to be able to work together in a way that all these problems that we have, they don't have. Nobody's not trying to outdo each other. Nobody's not trying to, oh, I'm grown and nobody's doing that. When I go to the nail shop, it's the whole family working there. When I go eat Chinese food, the whole family is working there. And they have one common goal. And when you go back in a couple of months, you'll see that they brought another person over from their country to work and help continue the mission. A few more months, somebody else coming to work to help run the family business. We have to do better, or else we will stay in the same predicament that we have been in for years and generations. To be honest with you, it's really not that hard because it's beneficial for everybody, even myself. Sometimes I do have to have my son throw me a bone for this or that and pay him back. That's much easier to me that we're all in this one household than for me if I need something for a bill, or if I need something or this, that, and the third, go try to get a loan, go try to get if I needed a business loan, my son is able to do that and it will not affect him. That alleviates having to go to the bank, apply, get approved, get denied, see if you can get approved. Your credit ain't this, your credit ain't that. All of that. My people are the only people that seem to have a lack of resources, may even have a brilliant idea, but can't get it off the ground because there's no funding. There's no, but if you come together as a family, the bank is in the house. And it sounds ideal, I know, but it doesn't just start there. Honestly speaking, you have to start this from when your children are little. We have to be able to see my house. We're able to trust each other in the house. You see what I'm saying? You can't just have a chaotic household and just, and then think it's all going to come together. No, it doesn't. It's not like that. It starts from the beginning. And, I like I said, it just really is baffling to me. And I know that I can't save every household. I'm just hoping that somebody hears this and understands this and be like, you know what, that is a good idea. Let me sit down with my kids and talk about what we should do. How I can be a help to them and they can be a help to this household. But everybody in the household respecting each other and trusting each other is first. Because if you create a chaotic household for your child, they're going to want to leave on the first thing smoking. The day I've seen kids leave the house the day they graduated. That was so heartbreaking to me. It was sad. No direction, no guidance, nothing. Because they were trying to leave a bad situation. This ain't that. It'll never work like that. In fact, that's a recipe for another failed generation also. Because the child don't even get a good head start. But yeah. And again, I, I look at other cultures. I don't really study them as far as like books and things like that, but I do try to, and I even when I go get my nails and I sit and talk to them. I've read articles, and it's like we're the only ones that don't get it. Have you ever heard of an Asian person say they got denied for a loan? Probably not. I haven't. But we see all the convenience stores, we see all the hair supply stores, we see all the, we see all of these, and every business that we start, we have to wait and see if we can get it off, see if we can get funding. When they help each other, everybody in the house has an assignment. Sometimes the assignment is just one of the women to help raise the children in the house while everybody else go out and work. We have to be able to come together and work together for the common goal. That is the only way that we're going to turn our culture around. Everybody cannot be out for themselves. And again, it's going to start with your own household. We could talk about what everybody else is doing, but that's not going to help immediately. Immediately, you can help your own household. If you have children that already moved out and they're having a rough time and, work, because then that's also another way to have to slave forever. Because where's the break? You got caught in paying bills from the time you were 18, 19, 20, and there's never a break in that. If your kid, even if they have children, 1 or 2 kids, tell them to come on home. Tell them to come on home. We go start over again and fix it so that we can all win. I know some people probably think that because I let my son's girlfriend come over. And I know, again, my culture, my people, I wouldn't let him come over there. I wouldn't let him, let them be coming over. For one, my son is very respectful. He asks every time. He asks for everything. Can he do this? Can he do that? We've created that. That is our relationship. That is all 3 of my children. They know how to respect their parents. And in this household, their mother. I wouldn't have it any other way. Secondly, he's 22. He's handsome. He's successful. He's definitely going to date. And we tend to ruin an entire mission by little petty stuff like his girlfriend coming over or when really, even if, now God forbid, right now, but even if he were to have a baby right now, it still would be beneficial for him to stay. When I know most parents, you getting out of here, you got to go take care of them. Now, he's going to take care of his responsibility, but again, we have to think further than just the immediate. We have to think about down the line. We have to think about legacy. We have to think about breaking generational curses. And I'm even saying that even though my son has built a very nice career for himself in these few years. Now, will he stay here forever? No. No. But what I'm saying is, right now, he wouldn't be ready. That is what I am saying. And like I said, I didn't listen. By the time I was his age, I had 2.5 kids. By that time, of course, I was married and everything had already been done, but I appreciate the fact that he understands the assignment, so that we can break the generational curses that were hindering our family. It has to start somewhere. All right. I just thought I'd share that with y'all.